A family that lives in a $4.6 billion skyscraper with 600 full-time staff. A family that paid $5 million for a single concert performance at a pre-wedding party and then spent up to $1 billion on the wedding itself. A family whose matriarch wears a $60 million emerald necklace the way most people wear a wristwatch. A family that controls oil refining, telecommunications for over 500 million subscribers, retail, media, financial services, and a wildlife sanctuary spanning 3,500 acres. This is not a royal dynasty backed by centuries of inherited privilege. This is the Ambani family, Asia's richest, and everything about how they live exists at a scale that makes conventional wealth look modest by comparison. Watch until the end, because what you are about to discover about the daily infrastructure of this family's life will change how you understand what money can build when it has no ceiling. The empire, how one family controls an entire economy. The foundation of the Ambani lifestyle is not a trust fund or a royal decree, it is a conglomerate. Reliance Industries, under the leadership of Mukesh Ambani, operates across every major sector of the Indian economy: oil refining and petrochemicals, telecommunications through Jio with over 500 million subscribers, retail with thousands of stores across the country, media networks that control major Indian news channels, and financial services. Mukesh owns approximately 42% of Reliance Industries, tying his personal fortune directly to the company's stock price. His net worth fluctuates between $90 billion and $120 billion, depending on market conditions, a range so wide that the daily variation in his wealth can exceed the annual GDP of a small nation. The family's combined wealth is estimated at approximately $105 to $120 billion, placing them among the 10 richest families on the planet and the undisputed wealthiest in Asia. The empire was founded by Mukesh's father, Dhirubhai Ambani, who started Reliance in 1966 as a textile manufacturer and expanded it through aggressive vertical integration into petrochemicals and oil refining. When Dhirubhai died in 2002 without a will, the family fractured. Mukesh and his brother Anil Ambani fought a public and legal battle over control until their mother, Kokilaban, brokered a split in 2005. Mukesh took refining and petrochemicals, Anil took telecom and financial services. The conventional wisdom was that Anil received the faster-growing sectors. The conventional wisdom was catastrophically wrong. Mukesh built the world's largest oil refinery, launched Jio with a $30 billion investment that demolished the Indian telecom market, and expanded into retail and media, while Anil's empire collapsed under debt, regulatory troubles, and asset freezes. Today, the family operates as a unified leadership structure. Mukesh's wife Nita runs the Reliance Foundation. Son Akash leads Jio operations. Daughter Isha manages retail and financial services. Son Anant handles new energy and conservation. It is not merely a family business. It is a family government controlling infrastructure that over 1 billion Indians depend on daily. Should a single family control this much of a nation's economy? Or does the Ambani model prove that concentrated ownership can build faster than any government? Tell us in the comments. The tower inside the $4.6 billion skyscraper that one family calls home. On Altamount Road, known locally as Billionaire's Row in the heart of Mumbai, a 27-story building rises 173 meters into the tropical sky. No two floors are identical. The materials include crystal, marble, mother of pearl, and rare stones sourced from multiple continents. The staff numbers approximately 600, and the occupants are a single family. This is Antilia, the private residence of the Ambani family, and its estimated current value of $4.6 billion makes it the most expensive private home on Earth, by a margin so wide that the second-place contender is barely visible in the distance. The building was designed by Perkins and Will of Chicago, with interiors by Hirsch Bedner Associates of Los Angeles. Construction cost between $1 billion and $2 billion and was completed in 2010. A 6-story garage houses 168 vehicles across 6 levels, with an on-site car servicing station that eliminates the need to ever send a vehicle to an external mechanic. 3 helipads occupy the roof, though some approvals reportedly remain pending. The residential floors contain a 50-seat private theater where Mukesh watches Bollywood films multiple times per week, a grand ballroom, a full spa, yoga and fitness studios, a health center, an ice cream parlor, multi-level terrace gardens inspired by the Hanging Gardens of Babylon, a private Hindu temple, and the feature that has become Antilia's most emblematic detail, a snow room that produces artificial snowfall on demand inside a building located in a city where temperatures rarely drop below 20 degrees Celsius. The structure is engineered to withstand a magnitude 8 earthquake, far exceeding Mumbai's actual seismic requirements, and the family delayed occupancy for nearly a year after construction was complete to allow 50 Hindu pandits to perform Vastu Shastra rituals designed to align the complication building with spiritual and cosmic forces. That delay reveals something fundamental about how the Ambanis relate to their wealth. The building was ready, but the universe was not. And in the Ambani worldview, the universe's timing takes precedence over the schedule of the architects. The social context is equally important. Antilia rises above some of Mumbai's most impoverished neighborhoods, a vertical monument to wealth that is visible from slums where families share single rooms without plumbing. Ratan Tata himself, one of India's wealthiest industrialists, publicly criticized the display of such extreme wealth in a city defined by inequality. The criticism has not dimmed. It has calcified into a permanent element of the building's identity. Antilia is simultaneously the most impressive private residence ever constructed and the most visible symbol of economic disparity in a nation of 1.4 billion people. The fleet, 150 exotic cars, private jets, and a travel infrastructure that answers to no schedule. The garage inside Antilia is not a collection. It is a museum that happens to be in active use. Over 150 exotic vehicles occupy the 6 levels, multiple Rolls-Royce, Phantoms and Cullinans with custom interiors, several Bentley Continental and Bentayga models, a Ferrari SF90 in limited production trim capable of over 1,000 horsepower, custom Mercedes Maybach AMG variants with armored bodywork and bulletproof glass, Lamborghinis, Porsches, and Range Rovers, with security specifications that transform luxury SUVs into mobile fortresses. Tesla models sit alongside Audis, with custom finishes and bespoke interiors designed to the family's personal specifications. The vehicles are not displayed behind ropes. They are rotated regularly by a team of dedicated drivers who maintain each car in operational condition regardless of frequency of use. The collection represents tens of millions of dollars in automotive assets, maintained by full-time mechanical staff, whose sole function is ensuring that any vehicle is available at any moment for any member of the family. Above the garage and above the helipads, the Ambani family operates a private aviation fleet that eliminates every interaction with commercial air travel. The flagship is a Boeing 737 MAX 9 business jet, a commercial aircraft converted into a private flying residence, with interiors that resemble a 5-star hotel, bedrooms, a private office, a bar, and communication systems that allow Mukesh to manage Reliance operations from 40,000 feet. The aircraft is valued at over $120 million and has a range of 6,355 nautical miles, sufficient for non-stop flights from Mumbai to virtually any major city in Europe, Africa, or East Asia. Additional aircraft include an Airbus A319 ACJ configured for transcontinental luxury travel, Bombardier, Global 5000, and Dassault Falcon business jets for shorter routes, and Airbus ACH-160 helicopters for intra-city and regional transport. The fleet's combined value runs into hundreds of millions of dollars, with annual operating costs, fuel, crew, maintenance, hangar fees, insurance adding tens of millions more. The jets are used not only for business, but also for transporting wedding guests from across the globe, flying performers to private events, and ensuring that the family can be anywhere on Earth within hours without ever encountering a commercial airport terminal, a security checkpoint, or another passenger. Does a private aviation fleet worth hundreds of millions of dollars represent smart logistics for a family running a global empire, or has the concept of transportation become unrecognizable at this level of wealth? Your analysis below. The crown jewels, a $60 million necklace, and a collection that rivals royal treasuries. If Antilia is the architectural expression of the Ambani fortune, Nita Ambani's jewelry collection is its most portable and in many ways its most extraordinary manifestation. The centerpiece is an emerald diamond necklace built around 2 raw Colombian emerald slabs weighing a combined 863 carats, valued at between $48 and $60 million and requiring 3 years to craft. Nita wore this necklace to her son Anant's wedding, an event where most attendees were themselves worth billions, and its presence around her neck represented a single piece of jewelry worth more than the lifetime earnings of most people on the planet. The collection extends far beyond a single necklace. The Mirror of Paradise ring features a 52.58 carat Mughal-era diamond, valued at approximately $5 million a stone, with a provenance stretching back centuries through Indian royal courts. A Mughal-era parrot pendant, over 200 years old, is set with rubies, emeralds, uncut diamonds, and pearls, a piece valued at over 200 crore rupees. Multiple heart-shaped diamond necklaces, each worth several $million, are worn to public events with the casualness that most people reserve for costume jewelry. Paraiba tourmalines, among the rarest gemstones on Earth, found only in a single region of Brazil, appear in multiple pieces throughout the collection. And a 101-carat pinkish-brown diamond that originally belonged to the Nizam of Hyderabad, India's last and wealthiest princely ruler, is paired with rare Basra pearls in a piece that connects the Ambani family's modern wealth to the historical treasures of Indian royalty. The total value of Nita Ambani's jewelry collection has never been publicly disclosed, but individual pieces alone account for over $100 million, and the full collection, spanning Mughal antiquities, modern diamond masterworks, and gemstones of such rarity that they appear at auction once per decade, almost certainly places it among the most valuable private jewelry holdings on Earth. What makes the collection remarkable is not merely its value, but its visibility. These are not pieces locked in a vault and displayed at museum exhibitions. They are worn publicly, regularly, and without apparent security anxiety by a woman whose family's fortune makes the cost of any individual piece financially irrelevant. For the Ambanis, a $60 million necklace is not an investment. It is not a special occasion accessory. It is a Tuesday. The wedding $1 billion, Rihanna and Bieber on stage, and a nation forced to watch. In 2024, Anant Ambani married Radhika Merchant in a series of celebrations that spanned months, continents, and a cost estimated between $600 million and $1 billion, shattering the previous record set by Anant's own sister Isha, whose 2018 wedding cost approximately $100 million and featured a private performance by Beyoncé, paid between $4 and $6 million. Isha's wedding had been held across venues in Udaipur and Mumbai, with guests including Hillary Clinton and Bollywood royalty, and invitations, so elaborate, handcrafted golden pieces valued at approximately $7,000 each, that the invitation itself cost more than many Indian families earn in a year. At the time, it was considered the most extravagant Indian wedding ever staged. The 2024 wedding did not merely exceed that benchmark, it existed in a different category entirely. The pre-wedding events began in March 2024 at the family's Jamnagar estate, where 1,200 guests attended a jungle-themed celebration featuring a $5 million performance by Rihanna, her first major concert appearance in years, alongside Bollywood stars and guided tours of the Vantara Wildlife Sanctuary. In May, a luxury Mediterranean cruise from Italy to Cannes hosted performances by Katy Perry, the Backstreet Boys, Pitbull, and David Guetta. In July, a Mumbai Sangeet ceremony featured a $10 million performance by Justin Bieber, with floral installations using over 1 million flowers to create 60 monumental animal sculptures designed by Preston Bailey. The main ceremony took place on July 12 at the Geo World Convention Center, itself a $1 billion venue with 2,000 to 3,000 guests, including Bill Gates, Mark Zuckerberg, Kim Kardashian, former Prime Ministers Tony Blair and Boris Johnson, and a concentration of business and entertainment power so dense that the guest list read like a cross-reference of Forbes and People magazine. Nita Ambani wore her $60 million emerald necklace. Anil wore a Patek Philippe watch valued at approximately $8 million. Over 2,000 dishes were prepared by more than 100 Michelin-starred chefs, serving thousands of guests across multiple days. The catering alone, before considering entertainment, venues, flowers, security, transportation, and the logistical operation of shutting down sections of Mumbai for the event represented an expenditure that would fund entire hospital systems in smaller countries. The backlash was immediate and predictable. Critics described the celebration as obscene against the backdrop of Indian poverty. The family responded by hosting mass weddings for underprivileged couples and feeding programs during the same period, gestures that supporters called genuine seva and critics dismissed as public relations thinly disguised as charity. The wedding was not merely a private celebration. It was a demonstration of what becomes possible when a family's wealth exceeds the GDP of nations, and a test of whether a democracy can accommodate that level of private spending without confronting fundamental questions about economic justice that have no comfortable answers. The question, what happens when wealth has no ceiling? And here we arrive at the dimension of the Ambani story that extends beyond real estate, vehicles, jewelry, and weddings, because the most important thing about Asia's richest family is not what they own. It is what their ownership means for the systems around them. The Ambani family does not merely participate in the Indian economy, they constitute a significant portion of it. Reliance's operations touch oil, gas, telecom, retail, media, and financial services sectors so fundamental that the company's performance directly affects the national stock exchange, the employment landscape of multiple states, and the digital access of over 500 million people who use Geo to connect to the internet, consume media, and conduct financial transactions. Beyond Antilia and beyond the wedding, the family's property portfolio extends globally. An $80 million villa on Dubai's Palm Jumeirah with 10 bedrooms and a private beach. The Jamnagar estate complex surrounding the world's largest oil refinery, including a Radha Krishna temple and township facilities for workers. The Vantara Wildlife Sanctuary, 3,500 acres, housing over 150,000 animals, with hospital-grade veterinary care representing hundreds of millions of dollars in conservation infrastructure. Additional properties reported in New York, London, and other global cities whose details remain largely undisclosed. The family's total real estate portfolio, residential, commercial, and conservation, likely exceeds $5 billion in combined value, though no comprehensive audit has ever been made public. The 600 staff inside Antilia, chefs, security personnel, housekeepers, drivers, personal assistants, groundskeepers, operate as a permanent domestic infrastructure that ensures every need is met before it is expressed. Mukesh watches Bollywood films in his private theatre multiple times per week. Meals are prepared by teams of chefs trained in cuisines from every region of India and beyond. The family has privileged access to entertainment, dining, travel, healthcare, and social experiences that are separated from the public world by walls of security, wealth, and staff whose sole purpose is ensuring that the barrier between desire and fulfillment is eliminated entirely. At this level of wealth, money does not solve problems. It prevents them from existing in the first place. The question that the Ambani lifestyle poses is not whether this level of consumption is justified. It is whether any system, economic, democratic, or moral, can accommodate a family whose private spending on a single wedding exceeds the annual healthcare budget of entire nations and whose control over essential infrastructure makes their prosperity indistinguishable from the prosperity of the country itself. That question has no answer. It has only observations, and everything you have seen today is one of them. Is the Ambani family a success story that proves what Indian entrepreneurship can achieve? Or are they a warning about what happens when private wealth reaches a scale that no democracy was designed to contain? Your verdict in the comments. The life of Asia's richest family reveals 3 strategic truths about what extreme wealth constructs when it operates at the scale of nations. First, the Ambani model demonstrates that in 21st century India, a single family can simultaneously control essential infrastructure, telecoms, energy, retail, media, while maintaining a private lifestyle whose individual expenditures exceed the budgets of state governments. The $4.6 billion residence, the $1 billion wedding, and the $60 million necklace are not isolated displays of excess. They are data points on a curve that has no visible upper limit. Second, the family's operational infrastructure, 600 staff, a private aviation fleet worth hundreds of millions, 150 exotic vehicles, and security convoys that shut down city streets reveals that at this level of wealth, daily life is not lived within public systems. It is lived in a parallel infrastructure, built, staffed, and maintained exclusively for one family, creating a reality that shares a city with millions of people but intersects with none of their experiences. Third, the backlash surrounding the wedding and the criticism from fellow billionaires like Ratan Tata illustrate that extreme visibility is the unavoidable cost of extreme wealth in a democracy, and that no amount of philanthropy, conservation, or cultural framing can fully neutralize the tension between a billion-dollar celebration and a nation where hundreds of millions still lack reliable access to clean water. From a textile business in 1966 to a $120 billion empire, from a 6-story garage with 168 cars to a private jet fleet crossing continents, from a $60 million necklace worn to a party to a billion-dollar wedding that shut down Mumbai. What you have seen today is the complete anatomy of how Asia's richest family lives at a scale that removes every barrier between desire and reality, and at a visibility that forces 1.4 billion people to watch. If this kind of deep analysis is valuable to you, hit like and subscribe. In the next episode, we will take you inside the 5 most secretive billionaire families in India dynasties whose combined wealth rivals the Ambanis, but whose names the public has never heard.